What's up, everyone? This is Jared and Nick from WhatCheers Beer Reviews, and tonight this is something I recently got in a trade. It is Heady Topper, the one and only.
That's right, guys. We have a couple of very fresh cans of this.
Yep. A couple weeks old on this one.
Yep. It's considered to be one of the best beers in the world, if not the best double IPA in the world. You know, we're very lucky that we live here in New England and we have access to this. A lot of people across the country in the world want to try this.
God, everyone wants this stuff.
I mean, this was thrown in as an extra, right?
This was one of my extras. I wasn't even looking for this. I was trading for a Hill Farmstead and a Lawson's out of Vermont, and I got 2 Headies as extra. So
this is one of the best beers I've ever had. You know, I've never reviewed it, obviously, until now, and Jared has never had this beer.
Never had it before. Wasn't expecting it. Like I said, it came as an extra, and I had no idea it was coming. So
this is coming from the Alchemist brewery in Waterbury, Vermont, and right now this is the only beer they make. This is it. They can this beer. They can it every week, a couple times a week, and so you got to get up there to the brewery and pick it up. And there's a couple shops around the area that carry it, but you got to go there to get it. So that's why it's so sought after. It's 8%. It's an American style double IPA, and we are just super excited to get into this right now. So
I can't wait.
Jared was dreaming about this beer last night.
No joke, I had a dream that I cracked this can open last night. Didn't drink it, but I cracked it open in my dream. So
if that's
Nick was mad I was drinking without him, so I didn't drink it.
I'm going to take his word for it. But, alright, guys.
I was going to wait for you.
Yeah.
Alright.
Well, I'm glad you did.
Yeah.
Alright, let's get right into Heady Topper, people.
Alright.
Alright, so let's go ahead and get a look at the pour on Heady Topper. Okay, guys, so there isn't going to be a pour on Heady Topper. As you can see around the top of the can here, the brewers have clearly stated, drink from the can, drink from the can, drink from the can. Now, I think it would be a pretty stupid move to go against that. And every other review I've seen, people have poured it out of the can into a glass. And, you know, they made one of the best beers in the world. So you think that they know what they're talking about.
Now, the biggest thing with drinking out of a glass is to capture all the aromas.
Right.
When you're drinking out of the can, you're kind of creating a seal around the mouth opening. You can't really get any aromas through the nose.
You haven't had this yet.
Right. As far as flavor is concerned, 75% of flavor comes to the aroma, comes from your nose. Only 25% comes from your mouth. So even your tastes are diminished. But they say right on the back, aside from drink from the can, he says, you know, pouring in glass smells nice. But it releases some of the essential hop aromas. So
exactly.
that's his idea.
Exactly.
He thinks you get so much that it makes up for it.
So that is what we're going to do. We're going to do it the way the brewers intended to be done. Let's get into Heady Topper. Let's do this.
Ready?
Ready for a Heady. It's a nice sounding crack.
Alright, let's
Alright guys, let's get a look at the appearance.
Oh my god, I can already smell it. Holy crap. That's the most potent thing I've ever smelled.
That's what I was waiting.
This little opening, you can smell it. What the hell?
That's what I was waiting for.
Well, all right, let's
get a look at the appearance. You can't see anything. It looks like a black hole into the can.
Oh my god.
And I mean, there's just a stream of aroma coming right up into your nose. It's like, it's unbelievable. It's actually indescribable, pretty much. So with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about the aroma.
Yeah, let me smell this. Wow, man, that was crazy.
This beer is, I mean, it happens to me every time. It just makes me smile. It's so many miles away from any other double IPA on the planet. The aroma alone blows away any IPA you've ever had. I mean, it's a ridiculous amount of hops, sweetness. It's just like every kind of resinous, piney, you know, and then some tropical fruit. It's unreal.
This is my thought on this. I've been smelling this for like 30, 45 seconds now. That first crack you get a huge punch of aroma, and it's like you saw it. It's unbelievable how strong it is.
Yeah.
You stick your nose up into it. It obviously isn't the best container for an aroma. It's a potent aroma, so you still get some, but
the amazing thing is that you can sit here and we cracked it, and it's everywhere.
It's not.
It's ridiculous. And look at, I mean, it's coming out of that little hole there, so it's.
I think
it's crazy.
It's going to shine when you're tasting it because all that aroma that's trapped in here is going to come out when you're taking a sip. But like you said, I get pine from this. I get lots of tropical fruit. I get like the pineapple, the mango, but I also get like guava and like passion fruit too. It's
just the most complex,
fruity, piney,
fullest smelling double IPA
this is good
you can ever come across. Are you ready for a Heady Topper? Are you ready for a Heady?
Oh, I'm ready.
Let's go ahead and get Jared's first taste on Heady Topper.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I don't know if I am ready. This is
3, 2, 1, go.
Wow. Pretty good. That's really good. That is really good. Holy crap. Again.
Wow.
I get lots of pine up front.
And then the hoppiness is just washing over.
Yeah, different levels of hoppiness. You get, like I said, piney up front.
Wow.
And then that tropical fruit kicks in, and it's not like other tropical fruits. You don't get so much pineapple, mango. You get a little bit of that, but I'm really getting like a really fruity, like guava and like passion fruit from it. It's weird.
There's something to be said about the complexity of this beer with the malt character, and the hop. The hops are out of control in this.
Very resiny. After that tropical fruit, you get more piney, resiny notes. You get a lot of bitterness to it.
The bitterness on the back of the tongue in this thing is crazy. But it's balanced by a super, super nice malty sweetness that's just so pleasant. And it dries out your tongue completely. You want another sip immediately. You don't taste the 8% alcohol whatsoever in this beer. And it has a full mouthfeel. Which is so rare for a double IPA. It's just so goddamn complex.
It just keeps changing. It does. Has a lot of layers to it, a lot of different levels. Definitely bitterness to this, but it's so good. God damn. I feel like the guy on the front of the can. I feel like the back of my head just got blown off because that's how good this is.
I love the sweetness in this. It's like a honey sweetness. It's not like a sugary sweetness.
Yeah, it is like a.
It's like a sweet. Kinda, it almost has like a
malty sweetness.
It's a malty sweetness,
but not.
It's like all right. If you had a bunch of really good the tropical fruits mixed with the pine and the resin, and then put like this really nice honey, it kind of makes this creamy, full mouthfeel that it's just unbelievable. See, I don't know what to say about this beer, guys. It's so fucking good.
It's really good.
There's a reason it's the number 3 beer in the world on BeerAdvocate right now.
This is one of your top 3, right?
One of my top 3. You know, this beer jumped through the rankings over the past year alone, past a lot of really good beers, world-class beers. And, you know, it very well may be the best beer in the world, especially for its style. I mean, I just can't see anyone outdoing Heady Topper anytime soon. It's just about the perfect beer. You know, it's got that sweetness. It's got that massive assault of hops on the palate, but it's pleasant, and it dries it out, and it's just like, you know, you think you've had a good IPA, double IPA till you have Heady Topper, pretty much.
The way they put it on the back of the can is probably the most accurate thing I've read is. It's a double IPA, super bitter, lots of piney, lots of resiny. But like they say right here, it's so drinkable, it's scary. It's the most drinkable, super bitter, resiny double IPA I've ever had. And it's not. I mean, it's bitter, very bitter, but it's not in your face.
The sweetness balances it out.
It's drinkable.
But you're tasting all the components, which is really key to this. And it tastes clean and fresh too. It's refreshing, which is just crazy, but.
Ridiculous.
Alright guys, we're going to take a little break. We're going to sip on this for as long as we can, and we'll get back to you with our rating. Thanks.
Cheers.
Alright guys, we're back with Heady Topper. I mean, what else can be said about this beer that we already haven't said? I mean, world class. One of the best beers I've ever had.
Mind blowing.
So what do you think?
Alright. I mean, this is a world class beer. It doesn't get much better than this.
Did you finish it already?
No. I wish. I tried my hardest not to, but it's probably down to there.
It's easy drinking, guys. It's scary.
It's
scary.
Like they said, it's so drinkable, it's scary. I love it. The hops are so strong. I love, if you couldn't get from the aroma, when you crack the can, you just get like a wave of aroma.
It's still there.
It's from, it's just being pushed out of the can, which you wouldn't be able to get that in the bottle.
Yeah, the aroma basically blows your hair back alone.
And I think if you pour it into a glass, you're not going to get that either. So you want to drink this out of the can. I love the fact that I love the hops. I mean, you get piney, and you get that tropical fruit that's so sweet. It adds a sweetness to it.
It's so well balanced with the hops and the sweetness and the. I mean, it's like really, it's like makes your mouth water. It's like so dry.
It's really amazing. It's got a lot of bitterness, so if you don't like bitterness, I mean,
oh yeah, guys,
this is your beer,
it's a monster.
It's a double IPA, so you can't really expect anything but bitterness.
If you're a hophead, if you haven't had this in your hophead,
don't call yourself a hophead.
Not yet, because you gotta have Heady Topper. Yeah. Go
I want to address one thing. As far as East Coast, West Coast goes, a lot of people rank Pliny the Elder up there. Heady's kind of described as a Pliny killer. Some people say it's better, some people say it's not.
Yep.
I've had Pliny. You've had Pliny. You've done a comparison of very fresh Pliny and very fresh Heady. I don't think it even compares. I think Pliny has a lot of hype to it. I don't think it's the best double IPA out there.
Agreed.
I've had better double IPAs out there that isn't even Heady. I've had regular double IPAs that are better. This is world class. It's outstanding.
Yeah.
This is great. So.
Yeah, for me, guys, I've said it again and again. I've had a lot of beer. One of the best beers I've ever had, and it probably will be for a long time to come. I think the Alchemist deserves a lot of respect for being able to produce this quality of beer and so consistently.
Yeah.
Every week after week.
Small brewery.
It's very small. I've been there.
Usually small breweries, sometimes they have trouble with consistency. Not the Alchemist.
I went up there this summer. I had it on tap at the brewery. Small little place, simple, making Heady Topper, and that's all they do. Now, eventually, I think, from a business standpoint, they'll never run out of money making this beer. But I think the brewer, John, is probably gonna start doing some other beers, and probably want to release some other beers.
My God, I can't wait to see what else they release.
I know they have done a couple in the past. They haven't been, haven't been a lot of them, but
limited stuff.
From a business standpoint, they're not going to lose with Heady. But from a brewer standpoint, I think they'll probably put out some other beers that will be distributed, and maybe the Heady will be distributed at some point too.
Oh.
But for right now, guys, this is world class. Get your hands on it. Find somebody around New England that can get it for you. Trade for it.
Speaking of, I want to thank
Yep.
Michael from Hartford, Connecticut, because he's the one who traded me this, and I was not expecting this at all, and I got 2 cans of it.
Yeah, and I can tell you,
big surprise. So
this is a huge treat for Jared.
Fresh stuff.
Never had it, and I have had it, and I've had it fresh and not so fresh. Thanks, Mike, because this is very fresh. I can tell.
As you can see, I'm very excited about this, so I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me throwing this in there, and I'll always hook you up. That's for sure.
So, as far as ratings go, BeerAdvocate overall gives it 100. The Bros give this a 93.
Yeah.
Boo to that. That's what I say to the Bros. Show me a better double IPA. That's my challenge to them. But what do you think?
Well,
RateBeer
gave this one 100. It's 100 beer. I'm probably gonna give this one. And I thought long and hard on this. I think I'm gonna give this one a 99. I don't know. It's a double IPA, so I don't want to knock it for bitterness. But I kind of wish there was.
But you're also you're not technically a hophead. per se, right?
I like hoppy beers. I like IPAs. They're the style I drink the most of, but
it's not your favorite.
I'm not a hophead. I don't go crazy for IPAs. I don't seek them out like you do. So I mean, I enjoy the bitterness, but I wish there was just a little bit less.
Yeah,
1.4. I mean, it's still 99. I think that's the highest rated beer I've rated so far, aside from Parabola.
Yeah.
Parabola, I think, was 100.
Yep.
But 99, you can't really beat it. What do you think? I know what you think, but why don't you tell the people what you think?
Okay. Well, guys, for me, this is an easy 100. There's very few beers that I'm. There's very few beers that I will give a perfect 100 for. I'm going to try to keep it to that because there's very few beers that I think are at this level. You just can't beat this. It's the best double IPA I've ever had. Probably the best double IPA in the world. I have not had Pliny the Younger. That being said, this blows Pliny the Elder.
Not even...
It's not even in the same
I don't
category.
see why people compare the two because I don't think it's a comparison.
You know, if you really
those West Coasters are crazy. But
if you're a Pliny the Elder supporter and you think it's the best double IPA in the world, and you haven't had Heady, chances are you're probably wrong. And
I want to meet the people who have had both and still think Pliny the Elder is the better. I'm curious what they're smoking.
I mean, this is not even in the same category as far as I'm concerned. So with that being said, guys, perfect 100 from me. It doesn't get any better than this. Get this beer, you know. That's all I can say. Alright guys, so comment, subscribe, you know the deal. Comment,
you know
let us know on Facebook or YouTube if you like this as much as we say we like it and what you think. Yeah. But anyways guys, thank you. We'll see you next time for another beer review.
Cheers.
Cheers.
That's a good beer. My God.
Doesn't get much better.
No. Crazy good.
Holy shit.